With a lot of respect, you're a chartered accountant, you understand data much better than I.
Otherwise, you don't respect me.
No, no. Let me just ask my question, sir. My question is this. Yes, the CBSE report card does not adequately reflect the learnings of a student, and we should improve the manner in which CBSE does its markings. While we work on those improvements, we cannot hold back CBSE report cards. There is a certain system that's been followed for good or for bad through the NSS. So over the years, yes, there are limitations in the way labor data is aggregated. While you work towards fixing it, you can't stop the report card because you don't like what the report card says.
It's being evaluated. It's under evaluation. So if you get a wrong CBSE report card, so you send it for re-evaluation, right? Don't you do that?
But we haven't got a report card because the data was held back.
That's for the authorities who are concerned with it, to assess whether the data is robust and come out with it. And I'm sure they'll come out with it at the right time. And to my mind, nobody is wishing away a problem, but we are only wishing that the problem gets correctly reflected. And as Mr. Jetli very rightly pointed out, if at all the situation was as you have made it out to be, there would have been riots on the streets in India, by the way. So I think there's a deeper problem. There's been a problem that's been there for decades and years. For example, in agriculture, with the movement towards better productivity, there is an underemployment problem in agriculture. But I'm not saying it today. I learnt about it in school when I was 16 years old or 14 years old. They taught us about underemployment in the agricultural sector 40 years ago also. So it's not as if there's something that has gone wrong or happened today. On the contrary, with 4.5 crore new borrowers, total loans are some 12 crore or 13 crore. 4.5 crore first-time borrowers under Mudra. I don't know to what extent people have become now self-reliant and stand on their own feet. So all of this has to be assessed.
Even with Mudra, the ticket size of the average loan is so small that economists have said that each of those loans doesn't generate a job. Yes, about 15 crore Mudra loans have been given, but it's not as if 15 crore jobs have been created.
Very often the smaller ticket size produces more jobs than the large ticket size. For example, all of us know, and we often talk about tourism. Tourism provides something like 20 times more jobs than what a steel plant would provide. 20, no, it may be much more. Actually, it could be 100 times more jobs than what a steel plant would provide for every dollar or rupee invested. So I think this kind of, if some economist has used this simplistic model, I think first of all we should re-evaluate his economics degree before you accept his thinking.
But you know, one of the issues with the Chinese growth story minister was that internationally, nobody ever completely believed the data that was put out. Indian data collection has been very robust. Questions have not been asked. Now we've seen in India, we saw Mr. Chidambaram a short while ago say he said as much as saying to the extent of going that he thinks the GDP data is fake. Are we now in a zone?
So that means this quarter he believes that the data would be much better than what has come out, right?
He's alleging the complete opposite, Minister. He's saying that you're inflating numbers.
By the way,
and faking data.
With due respect, using your word, to you and to the erstwhile finance minister and his colleagues, they had also marketed a zero loss theory on coal blocks, a zero loss theory on telecom scandal. So for them, everything to suit their convenience can be converted to a good or a bad as per their convenience. I think the people of India will decide, not just their comments on debunking what the very, very robust methodology internationally accepted is being used in India. So just by his comments, I don't think the world is going to get influenced. We have other people in this room. I don't believe as yet anybody believes that there was no loss in the telecom scam. I don't believe anybody here, and I've been coal minister for 5 years. I think one of these days I should come with all those papers and show it to the people of India. It'll make very interesting copy and reading to see how the scandal was perpetuated by the Congress government. So, and then you give them a platform to say that no, there was zero loss on that. So by that logic, every data that is not convenient for them, they will debunk.